According to the mainstream media, Trump just blinked. 48 hours after launching the operation that was supposed to police the Strait of Hormuz, he suspended it. The pundits are filing the same story. The IRGC is, of course, claiming victory. But there is one little problem with both readings, and the next 48 hours are going to make it impossible to miss. So Trump posted it on Truth Social yesterday. Project Freedom, the naval escort operation Trump launched last Friday to keep international shipping moving through the Strait of Hormuz, is now paused. Trump said it was at the request of Pakistan and other countries. The carrier strike groups stay where they are. The blockade of Iranian ports stays in full force, by the way. The escort operation through the strait, the part that was making every supply chain manager from Rotterdam to Singapore stay up at night, is on a timer. So the pause is to give Iran time to read the paper. There's a one-page, 14-point memorandum of understanding circulating between the American and Iranian negotiating teams as I speak. The terms reportedly include a 10 to 15-year moratorium on Iranian uranium enrichment, a full inspection regime, American sanctions relief, and a strait reopened to all traffic, including Iran's own oil exports. So Trump confirmed the framework in his own words on his own platform in real time. He said, if Iran signs, the bombing stops and the blockade lifts. He said if Iran does not sign, the bombing resumes, and I quote, at a much higher level and intensity than it was before. So on the face of it, here's what every detractor sees. They see Trump launch the most aggressive military escort operation in the Strait since 1988, run it for roughly 48 hours, and pull it back the moment Pakistan asks. They hear the IRGC celebrate, and they watch the oil price drop more than 12% in a single session on the Axios report, then snap back above $95 within the hour, and they filed the story they were always going to file in the end. Trump folded. So let's go to the part that everyone is missing. Just remember that for my deeper analysis on geopolitics, international markets, and the compute race for AI supremacy, go check today's briefing at thepowerpundit.com. I can say things there that I'm not allowed to say anywhere else. Link in the description. So first, Iran fired the largest single barrage of the entire war at the United Arab Emirates. 12 ballistic missiles, 3 cruise missiles, 4 drones. The UAE air defenses engage everything. And Israeli Iron Dome battery participated in the interception inside Emirati airspace. The first publicly confirmed deployment of Israeli air defense on Arab soil in the modern era. That is a big deal. So the thing 30 years of American diplomacy could not produce, the Iran war just produced in 3 months. So second, Iran drone struck the Fujairah oil industry zone. Fujairah is the export terminal on the UAE's eastern coast, the one that moves about 1.7 million barrels of crude a day, sitting outside the Strait of Hormuz. It is the bypass. The whole point of the bypass was that if Iran ever tried to choke Hormuz, the Gulf could ship oil straight to the Indian Ocean and skip the choke point. So Iran just bombed that bypass, which also reinforces the message that they really angry at the UAE just for existing, and these attacks are out of spite. Third, the IRGC launched a website called the Persian Gulf Strait Authority, claiming the right to charge tolls on every ship transiting the strait. So American Treasury issued a maritime industry warning within hours telling shippers that paying those tolls triggers sanctions exposure. The IRGC has now opened a toll booth nobody on earth is allowed to pay. And fourth, the IRGC released a new map. They drew red lines on it. The lines claim Iranian Maritime Authority over a zone stretching from Qasem Island, which is Iranian, to Al-Quwain, which is in the United Arab Emirates, and out to Fujairah, which is also in the United Arab Emirates. They drew a map that includes their neighbors' territorial waters. Then they fire missiles at that neighbor. Then they bombed the terminal inside the territory they were claiming on the map. So this is the level of unhinged we are talking about. The IRGC is no longer trying to convince the world that Iran controls the strait. The IRGC is trying to convince itself. Now, look at Front 2, Saudi Arabia. The country that was supposed to be winning Hormuz, the country with the East-West pipeline already running at full capacity, the country whose oil revenue, every analyst said, would explode the second Iran got cornered. Saudi Arabia just released its first quarter budget for 2026. Riyadh posted a 126 billion riyal deficit. That is roughly 33 billion American dollars in 90 days. The biggest quarterly deficit since the 2018 oil crash. Public debt rose 148 billion riyals in 3 months. So the side that was supposed to be winning is borrowing to make up the gap. And there is collateral damage elsewhere. Spirit Airlines filed for liquidation Saturday. Their own lawyers told the bankruptcy judge that the sudden and sustained rise in fuel prices in recent weeks ultimately has left them with no alternative. And per the International Energy Agency, global airlines have cut 2 million seats and 12,000 flights from May schedules in 2 weeks. Now, Front 3 is that while Trump was posting the Project Freedom Pause, Iran's foreign minister, Araghchi, was on a plane to Beijing. He landed today. He met China's foreign minister, Wang Yi, within the hour. So at the same time that Trump publicly named Pakistan as the country that asked for the pause, Iran was running a parallel negotiation with the only customer it has left. So these are the 3 fronts that lead to one answer. Iran is signaling defiance in 3 different directions because the regime has nothing left to threaten with. The bypass terminal is on fire. The customer is in Beijing wondering whether the IRGC ever knew what they were doing. And the supplier next door is $33 billion in the red. And the map they drew this week claims water that belongs to someone else. So the next 48 hours are the deadline. If Iran signs the 14-point memorandum, the blockade lifts and the strait opens to all traffic. If Iran does not sign, well, Trump said the bombing resumes at a much higher level and intensity than it was before. Pakistan is in the mediator chair. Beijing is on the phone. The IRGC is on a website. So watch what Saudi Arabia does next, because the side that was supposed to be winning is the side that needs this to end the fastest. Before I go, 3 questions worth sitting with. Why did Qatar's emir break years of careful balancing to personally call the UAE president this week? Why did Argentina just sign a 20-year gas contract with Germany the same week Fujairah caught fire? And why did 9 of the world's biggest semiconductor stocks go parabolic in the past 4 months, straight through a war that was supposed to crater markets? So for my deeper analysis on geopolitics, international markets, and the compute rates for AI supremacy, go check today's briefing at thepowerpundit.com. I can say things there that I'm not allowed to say anywhere else. Link in the description. And share this video with your family and friends so they know what's really going on. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Power Pundit. Much love and bliss.